Kind of crazy driving into a farm town that had one stoplight and, really maybe 3 restaurants total, and just thinking it might be the craziest decision I'd ever make. And it ended up being the best decision I would ever make in my life. I packed up, I came to Boiling Springs, and I lived in a house with 7 other people, and it was the most fruitful year and one of the most formative years for me spiritually in my life.
Community doesn't mean like we meet together in fellowship hall after church. It means I would sell my car for you. It means I'm less without you.
I thought this would be perfect for me. A year to grow in my spiritual maturity, a year to learn what it might look like to tangibly do ministry.
It was just as beneficial to spend the money I spent on my undergrad as it was to spend the money on CDH.
So the Community Discipleship House was something that was started in the minds of Matt Orth and Seth Stevens.
They had been in talks of discipleship programs and ways to be intentional with young adults for years and years, and that dream grew into a reality with the Crossroads Discipleship Home.
When we started this, the first question was where and what house. So we looked through a lot of houses in Shelby.
They found a home right off the Broad River in Boiling Springs, North Carolina.
But as with most decisions in life, it cost something, and we really wanted to be faithful to God with our finances, and didn't want to, have to go into debt for anything like this. And then one day, I was in the office, and our mailman came in and handed the mail, and it just seemed like a normal day. I mean, there were bills and advertisements and all that stuff, but then there was just this one random envelope from a family that was associated with Crossroads. And so I opened it up just like I would any ordinary check, and it was not an ordinary check at all. And it was pretty much the exact amount that we needed left to finance the house. So I immediately called Matt and Clayton and Seth and said, I need you guys to meet me at the coffee shop in 5 minutes. No questions asked, which you usually shouldn't do with your boss, but I felt brave that day. And so sure enough, all 3 of them met at the coffee shop. And needless to say, there was a lot of celebration going on.
And it became a place that wasn't just a place for people to sleep, but it was a place of authentic and deliberate discipleship. Something beautiful. It was a place where we selected 7, 8, or 9 young adults every year to share meals together, to discuss the Word together, to live life together, to work through conflict together, and just really to see what it means to be the best possible church member you could possibly be.
When CHers come into the program, they don't understand how difficult the year is going to be. But we think Jesus not only meets us on those mountaintop experiences that we have in life, we believe Jesus also meets us in the pain and the mundane of life too. The pain of letting others in on our life, the mundane of work and waking up with an alarm clock and going to sleep on time, the mundane things of eating a meal and doing chores. And
that year, man, it made me put on my big boy pants and really start looking at examining some areas in my life. And that's what being in community with other people does. It puts the mirror in front of you and helps you to see yourself for who you really are.
If a participant in the Crossroads Discipleship Home comes out with a full understanding of what it means to live authentically with other people, how to really pour into others and receive teaching and truth from someone else, how to serve and love your community and beyond, and how to really be prepared and anticipate the next step of your life, then it's a win for us. If there's been one obvious thing about CDH, is that it has been a game changer for Clayton King Ministries. Without CDH, the ministry would not be where it is today. We have seen such growth every year because of the hard work that CDHers put into the program and put into the ministry. They come in the office and work office hours every week. They serve at our events. They are on the road with Clayton and Shari and other speakers. And because of their faithfulness to the ministry, we've seen the ministry grow in so many ways. They bring unique talents every year. They have special gifts and abilities that they can bring that our small staff can't always do. And so being a small nonprofit with 7, 8, 9 at some points staff members, getting to double that in size every year with 8 young adults to serve in the office and the ministry with us is really, the biggest blessing that we could ever imagine.